How's it going, everybody? My name's Lim, and I wanted to do a little video today to show just a fantastic pickup I got. I've been collecting games for a while now, and I generally stick to a couple of consoles that I have and just try and build those collections, because when I collect games, I want to play them. You know, I don't collect for the sake of hoarding games. And a system that I've never played because I simply couldn't afford one when I was a kid, and I've always wanted to get into like collecting it, is this. It got me a Sega Dreamcast. It's something that like I've wanted for a long old time, but I just simply was waiting for the right price, the right deal to come along, really. And I managed to get this on, it's an English website called Gumtree. I managed to get it for steel. I got this, and I'll show you what I got with it soon. But I got this, and I think it was 8 games for £40. That's the same price as if you went out and just bought a brand new game. Bargain. So over here in the UK, this system didn't sell fantastically well, and that's why I think collecting for it's quite difficult. Like, some of the really good games are quite expensive. Other than the games that I know of, some of the big franchises, I don't know where to start really with collecting for the Dreamcast. So you guys who have played Dreamcast games and know a bit about it, I'll have to let me know what I should be looking out for cool games to get started with. So for 40 quid, I got the console, I got one controller, which I'd never even picked one up before, right? Before getting this. And it feels surprisingly comfortable. Like, the ridges on the back of the pad fit my hands really nicely. It's missing a second thumbstick, and I don't know how that's going to affect playing certain types of games, like for camera controls, because like in modern games you're sort of used to using a second thumbstick for camera. But it feels really good, and there's like no wear on it at all. There's no yellowing, which was something you'd kind of expect, I guess, for an older console now. But I got that. I got a vibration pack, which is still sealed in the box, which is really cool. So that's basically the rumble feature in a controller, like the vibration. Obviously, the only thing that didn't come with it is a memory card, a VMU, and I've bought one of those separately. You can plug those in, they go in the front, and they don't go into the console themselves. They go into like the front of the controller here. If you look at the top, you've got like 2 slots. I think the back one's for the vibration, the front one's for the memory card. And it has like a little screen on it. That's why there's a gap there, and you can see data about your game. I don't know if different games have different data show up. I presume they do. But yeah, so you're interested in the games, I'm sure. So I'll show you what I got. As I say, with the bundle that came here, I got 8 games, and I've gone out and bought a couple of others as well. But I'll start with the big ones that I'm aware of. Jet Set Radio. This is one of the first games I got, and it's something I've wanted to play forever. Honestly, it's, from what I understand, it's like you go around Tokyo and you just put graffiti on stuff, and it's kind of like a Tony Hawk Extreme Sports kind of thing. I think like you're on inline skates and you can go around, you can grind about and do tricks and stuff. It seems really cool. It seems like a very like late 90s, early 2000s game. Sounds brilliant. And do you know what one of the really cool thing is? Like in the back here where the manual is, there's a little, shows a bit for the nostalgia. There's a little leaflet here saying, great new games in 2001. And it shows off stuff like there's Sonic Adventure 2 and Phantasy Star Online, Virtua Tennis and stuff. So feel the nostalgia when you see something like that. Yeah, that's the first thing I got, and it's in mint condition. Honestly, like the case is absolutely perfect. It's got both the top bit and the bottom bit there, so it actually opens properly. That's one of the cool things about the Dreamcast cases. You'll see you have both like an open bit at the top there where the disc goes, and then underneath you have a bit for the manual. That's kind of cool. I quite like that. Got 2 separate sections. Yeah, I got that. I got this one. This one isn't in such good condition, but I got Sonic Adventure. It's got like this, it's almost like a cigarette stain on the front there. I presume I could just get some like cleaning fluid, just get rid of that. But from what I'm understanding, this has got kind of like a mixed reception. It's a bit of a Marmite game in that some people seem to love it and think it was like one of the best Sonics made, and some people seem to hate it. So I mean, like whenever I remember like the old like trailers and stuff for the Dreamcast, this is one of the games that was always advertised for it. So, I mean, it's not an expensive game. You can pick this up for like £5, I think. So, it's a common game. I'm interested to giving it a go. So this is something I had on PS1, actually. I don't know if I presume that because it's on the Dreamcast as well, it's got like a bit of a visual upgrade and stuff because it's more powerful than that. But I got Legacy of Kain Soul Reaver. There's a series of that. There's a few that come out on PS2 as well. I don't know huge amounts about the series, but if you look based on the pictures and stuff, it's like a third-person action, like an action RPG type game. It looks pretty cool. I'm looking forward to giving that a try. I say I don't know too much about that. This one I do though. Soul Calibur, the first one. It's an absolute classic. That's probably still to this day my favourite fighting series. Like Soul Calibur 2 is probably still my favourite fighting game of all time. Yeah, fantastic. It's like you're in like a small arena and it's based around using weapons. So you have characters with swords and like nunchucks and stuff like that. Super, super cool. Fantastic game. This one, I'm not so sure about how good it is. It's one of the ones I haven't played. I played the first 3 Tomb Raiders on PS1, but after that I didn't play a lot of them until they kind of rebooted it with the most recent 2. But as you can see, the case is quite badly damaged, just not in super fantastic condition. The disc is okay, and it has got the manual, but I don't know much about The Last Revelation. Based on the picture on the back there, it looks like you can see Lara Croft on a motorbike down in the bottom corner there, so I don't know if this has got some action sequences in it and stuff, but I do enjoy the Tomb Raider game, so I'm looking forward to giving that. Now, this one, I didn't even know it came out on the Dreamcast. I had it on PS2, and that's Fur Fighters. It's something that's quite... I think it's quite an obscure game, I suppose. It's like a third-person shooter, and it's kind of got like the shooting mechanics of something like Ratchet and Clank, but you have like loads of different modes and stuff, and it's designed around multiplayer. It's like you can go into like team death matches and like stuff like that with your friends, and you have like all these different animals, like you have penguins and you have bears and cats and all this kind of things, all with different weapons like shotguns and stuff and abilities. Kind of like a really early example of like kind of game that Overwatch is, I guess. Where you have like different classes with abilities and stuff with different mission objectives and that. But I added like a full campaign and stuff. But I haven't played this in maybe 15 years. This, I think that's a Dreamcast exclusive. It seems like every time I have a look online at bundles of Dreamcast games, this always seems to be in the bundles. I think it came included with every Dreamcast, at least at launch. I remember seeing it with a game called MSR Racing. It seemed like every console came with this and that. Puzzle game, I know absolutely nothing about it. The last game I got bundled with my console, Ready to Rumble Boxing. Already have this on PS1, but I love it. This and the second one, Ready to Rumble Boxing Round 2, both fantastic arcadey boxing games back in the heyday of like those kind of silly over the top ones where you have special moves and stuff like the old Rocky games and stuff like that before you got the more realistic sort of fight night games. But really, really good. Just stupid arcadey brawling. That is the bundle I got, and I got some fantastic games that I'm like super excited to try out. But literally the next day there's a game shop in town where I live, like an independent game shop, and they sell some retro games, and they post on Facebook every time people do trade-ins and that kind of thing, so I keep an eye out obviously for anything I'm interested in picking up. And they posted that they just got a Dreamcast coming. Obviously I just got mine and they were selling it for more expensive, but they had a bundle of unboxed Dreamcast games, and I picked up all of the ones they had because I didn't have any of them. They had 6 of them, and I got them for £4. £4 for all of them. And I was like, yeah, I didn't even know what they were, but like some of them, but I picked them up because whilst I am collecting for this system, I'm not necessarily going for 100% completion of it. Like having the full set. There's like 240 odd PAL games for the Dreamcast, and realistically, they're going to be super expensive to get all of them. And I would like to get them boxed, but at £4. Say no, can you? So I picked up Virtua Fighter. I obviously know what Virtua Fighter is. Played more modern ones, but I haven't played some of the old classic ones. But all of the discs are in great condition. Obviously, no box or manual. I got Virtua Fighter. I got Suzuki. It says Alstair Extreme Racing. That's a motorbike racing game. I don't really intend on playing it, if I'm honest. However, Trickstyle, that seems pretty cool. It looks like it's an extreme sports game along the lines of Tony Hawk's and stuff like that. I'm gonna give that a punt, definitely. Pick that up. I got Buzz Lightyear Star Command. This is like a kiddie platform adventure game. I have a bit of a soft spot for Toy Story, and of like Toy Story on the N64 and Toy Story on the Mega Drive. Absolutely loved those games, so I'm at least going to give it a try. But yeah, as I was saying about it earlier, I got an box copy of MSR, Metropolis Street Racer. So I think it's a similar game to Midnight Club and Need for Speed Underground. It seems like from the footage I've seen, but it's made by Bizarre Creations, and they've done absolutely fantastic games. So good pedigree, so it might be good. Give that a punt. And the last one I've got, and this like rounds out my collection for what I have so far, is Quake 3 Arena. And one of the cool things about what the Dreamcast did because it came out, I think console came out in like 2000, 2001, is it quite heavily had online functionality. Like you see in the back of the thing, it's already got like an F. Like the whole thing, like even games like Choo Choo Rocket, it says online at the bottom there, it says online gaming via Dream Arena. Like it had online functionality. Like you could buy keyboard and mouse peripherals and stuff like that for it. It was quite ahead of its time in a lot of ways. You had like Phantasy Star Online, which was a massive MMO, but on console. Back then, I mean, back then I had potato internet. I'd never have been able to play games like that online. But it's super cool. But Quake, obviously there'd be no servers online now, but Quake 3 Arena would have been it's a real like one of the classic twitchy first-person shooters. Yeah, I picked up. Quake is an absolute classic, so I'll definitely give it a try, even though I won't be able to play it online, sadly. As I said, I don't know huge amounts about the Dreamcast, so if any of you guys have got one or know what games I should be looking for, let me know where to start. I know I want Shenmue and Skies of Arcadia. Went on eBay and they're both really bloody expensive, so I know they're good games to like be on the lookout for. Other than that, I don't know too much, so you'll have to, if you guys have any tips on games to be looking for, you have to let me know. But thanks for watching the video, hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you guys next time.